SmackDown was in Dayton, Ohio tonight, and we start with Shane McMahon, who makes his way to the ring. He looks pissed off. So Greg Hamilton is in the ring to introduce him, and he introduces Shane as the best in the world, and Shane gets really mad. And he grabs him by the neck, or by the throat rather, and tells him to do it again. He does it again, louder, and then Shane gets mad again, grabs him by the throat, and he forces him to do it a third time, and this time he has to do it really well. It's like Greg Hamilton's not selling the injury at all. He's not selling being scared. You kind of wish he would just do this for every introduction. It makes it look a lot more intense. He talked about how he beat up Miz. It wasn't really a good promo. It was just more so like him explaining it and it's him just turning heel. And he challenges the Miz to WrestleMania. It wasn't a very good promo at all. I'm not too interested in it. I'm not that high on it. Shane and Miz is something that it just feels like Shane McMahon always has to be rewarded in a match at WrestleMania for no apparent reason. It's like every single year he gets his WrestleMania match. It's almost like he's become this legend, which he's not. It's like he's The Undertaker, or he's Triple H, or he's Brock Lesnar. He's always going to get his big WrestleMania match, or as a part-timer. It's one of those things. I hate how he's treated. I don't care to see this. It might be a decent match. Shane will do something crazy. I don't know if it's going to be a stipulation match. Probably not. It'll probably just be a singles match. But Shane will probably jump off the turnbuckle. He'll get to do stuff that no one else can do. Guys who are 25 years younger than him are not allowed to do it. But Shane's allowed to do it because he's Vince's son. It's like, with me, I'm just not too into this. I'm not too high on this match. I feel it's a bit unnecessary. But you know what? They've been building to it since November. Since the Crown Jewel show, when they had the Best in the World Cup, they've been building to this show. So it is what it is, and we'll see how they continue to build it up. But you know what? The build-up has been good. Angle on the pay-per-view I thought was really well done, even though tonight's segment wasn't very good. Next, we got Aleister Black, Ricochet, Matt Hardy, and Jeff Hardy against Nakamura, Rusev, Sheamus, and Cesaro. So you have an 8-man tag. This was a long match. It really feels like they didn't have as much for the show. And so many of the segments here, there was 3 big segments on the show. All of them felt very awkward. The promos weren't good. It looked like we were going to get a good promo. They were all just really awkward. And here, with this match, you have an 8-man tag. It's just not into it as much because of the ending. The New Day comes out and they destroy everyone. The New Day looks like badasses, even though they've been throwing pancakes for 4 years. They've been, playing trombones and, bootios. I miss bootios. Bootios are funny, but they've been a joke. And it's now we have to take them as badasses. This whole thing was designed to get the New Day over, build up to the match. The match was long, though. It felt like they went through 2 commercial breaks, so just going on and on. They do this a lot on SmackDown and on Raw at times, too, when they have a long tag match to kill time. But the New Day absolutely is standing tall. They just destroy everyone. It's like they've just left hell on their path. They show the Usos. They look down at the destruction, so I don't know where they're going to go. I think it's Usos and Hardys most likely at WrestleMania, and I think that'll be a good match. But the Usos, when they did the interview, they want to know who they're going to face. I think it'll be the Hardys. Or it could be a multi-man tag match. We never know. Next, we have Randy Orton coming to the ring. He talks about how he has to get something off his chest. He basically cuts an indie wrestler promo. 2 years ago on his Twitter, he went after the independent wrestlers. He called them all spot monkeys and, stuff like that. He just ripped them, made fun of their dives. I remember him doing that, and I guess they're trying to incorporate that into a storyline. He rubs into AJ Styles, and yes, he even mentions Dixie Carter. He never mentions TNA, but he mentions, "You're getting suntans at Dixie Carter in Orlando when I was the youngest champion in history," and he's just ripping into the indies, and AJ Styles comes out and he gets mad at Orton. It's like, this segment was just really awkward. It felt like it should have been more intense. The promos should have been better, and the material wasn't very good. AJ's, the way he attacks Orton is he brings up Orton being almost like the second fiddle guy in Evolution. That's what he's doing. He's making fun of him for being in so much factions. He brings up Evolution. He brings up Legacy. He'll never mention who was in Legacy, but he mentions that too. Rated RKO and the Wyatt family. He just keeps mentioning these things, and it's almost in a way trying to demean Randy Orton. It just didn't work. I hated it. And Orton coming back and attacking Styles for his career in the independents. I just did not like this. I almost got to the point where they were trying to go so far real life, but it would still have to be in the realm of sports entertainment, kayfabe, where I was thinking, well, AJ was going to say, I'm a Wrestling Observer Hall of Famer, and you're not. I hate it. They're doing it too much. They're doing it with almost every single match WrestleMania. They're building this up. They're trying to break kayfabe. When WrestleMania is over, are they going to still be breaking kayfabe? Probably not. I'm tired of it. They're too lazy to write good storylines, but I was just not too high on this feud. But looks like, they almost made the match official. It's Randy Orton and AJ at WrestleMania. They show a Harlem Heat video package of them going into the Hall of Fame. Next, you have Asuka and Sonya Deville. So this is a quick match. It's the exact same finish as the pay-per-view. Mandy Rose is on the outside, and she gets knocked down. She grabs the ring apron and accidentally trips Sonya Deville. Asuka kicks Sonya, and Asuka puts her at the Asuka lock. This was a complete squash. This really sucked. And it looks like they're just going to build something with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville splitting. They're doing this every time. I'm afraid this is going to be the Sasha and Bayley of SmackDown. I already had Sasha and Bayley do this every single week for like 2 years, or almost a year and a half. Remember? They're going to do this with Sonya and Mandy now. It's just going to be the same shit. It's getting to the point where it's just ridiculous. And speaking of that, the Iconics challenge Bayley and Sasha. They want to face them. I think it's looking where we're going to see it. WrestleMania is a Fatal 4-Way tag team match with the Iconics. I don't know if it'll be in the pre-show. Probably be on the main show. I think it will be. It's the tag titles, but looks like that's what we're going. Bayley, Sasha, Natalya, Beth Phoenix. The Nia Jackson team and the Iconics. That looks like where we're headed. And by the way, the Iconics did look good when they're doing their backstage segment. Becky Lynch comes out. She's still... I hate this fucking crutch. If I can smash this damn crutch over Becky's head, I might do it. I like Becky, but I'm so fucking sick of seeing Becky Lynch limp, and it's a fake injury. Fuck off. Can Ronda just say, Becky, it's not even real. It's not real. You're not even hurt. Like, seriously, what the fuck? I'm so fucking sick of Becky Lynch's knee injury. It's so fucking annoying. This fucking goddamn crutch. Stop this fucking crutch, Becky. Just stop it. I am so goddamn sick and tired of seeing that fucking damn crutch. Oh, my God. I'm getting mad. It's fucking terrible. Anyway, it's Becky. The promo wasn't that good. She's talking about how she played mind games at Ronda Rousey. It's like, this is almost the old Becky Lynch before she was the man, when she would do those puns and it was kind of annoying. This is where she was kind of going here. It didn't come off well. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't going to be the focus this week, but they've really cooled this down. And Charlotte comes out. All I can think of is how much Charlotte has cooled down this feud. She has hurt this so much. This should be the hottest feud in the company. Ronda and Becky. There's so much heat. There's so much animosity. There's so much beef. It feels real. It would be so good just to let them as the main event. It's really major blood, bad blood. Charlotte has dragged this down because she's just this third wheel who doesn't belong in a match. And a big singles match is a bigger match than a triple threat match. This should be Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. You don't need Charlotte Flair in here. She makes no sense to be in this match other than she has accomplished a lot, and they want to give her something else to put on her resume. First ever women's WrestleMania main event. She's their top dog. It's possible Charlotte wins. It's possible Vince makes a decision. Well, damn it, Charlotte's the top star. She is their top star. They had her break Asuka's streak last year for a reason. She does not need to be in this damn match. It just should be Ronda and Becky as the main event. But the Charlotte's promo wasn't good. Neither's was Becky. It's just Becky just drops the mic and she says, "You don't need a queen, we need a man," and that's it. They showed Alexa Bliss, actually that was later in the show. Sorry. They go to Daniel Bryan, Eric Rowan, and they leave the backstage office. So next you have a tag match: Mysterio and Truth against Joe and Almas. Ray pins Joe, so it looks like that's where they're going next, Ray and Joe. I don't think it'll be WrestleMania. I think it's going to be Joe and Cena, but we'll see when Cena comes back. But they gave Rey Mysterio a win here. They show the announcement of Alexa Bliss announcing she's the guest host of WrestleMania. We'll see what this is going to lead to. I don't know what they're going to do with Bliss. Segments, I mean, she'll probably come out early in the show. She'll introduce everyone to WrestleMania, but I don't know, is she going to... How many roles on the show is going to have? 2 segments on the show? Probably be similar to what New Day did a couple years ago. But next we go to Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali against Daniel Bryan, Eric Rowan. Bryan and Rowan win. Match was all right. So the big segment, the main event segment, is Vince McMahon coming to the ring, and he wants to talk about Kofi. They show what happened. Vince says, what you have here is Vince McMahon. I was almost thinking, are they going to go there? But when Vince says people like you, they're not meant to be champion, he didn't, think what I was going to do. But New Day comes out, and it's mostly Big E and Xavier talking for Kofi. They really hype him up. They're really putting him over. And then Daniel Bryan comes out, and Daniel Bryan calls Kofi a B-plus player. They're basically saying Kofi doesn't deserve it. And then Kofi gives a very passionate promo, talks about how much he's missed his family, how much he's been on the road for 11 years, how important this is. He's had to go trick-or-treating. He missed trick-or-treating with his kids, missed so many important moments, missing their first tooth. It is them lose their first tooth, how important this is, how much he's sacrificed. And when Vince was saying, there's one line that kind of stuck out with me. He basically said, Kofi, you're going to go in the Hall of Fame, but not on your own as a part of the New Day. I was saying to myself, wow, you just inducted DX and Harlem Heat as teams. Like, they're not good enough to be single stars. That's how I took that. But Vince was, he went off on them. And Kofi was really great here. He gave a really passionate promo. Then he had Randy Orton come out. You had The Bar come out. He had Samoa Joe come out. He had all these guys out, and then they're all fighting. They're fighting, and Vince then just says it's going to be a gauntlet match. Kofi has to beat everyone in the gauntlet match next week, and he gets a shot. So he will. That'll be the match, Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania, most likely with Kofi Kingston winning the title. So SmackDown was all right. It was a decent show. Not too good. It's weird. It's like WrestleMania, it feels, we see the sign, but it seems like they have all the matches set and they just have to kill a few more weeks. And we're not at the go home week yet, so it just feels we just have to get through these next few weeks. We're through the fast lane now. I guess we just have to get through a few more long drives, through a few more dead towns before we really get to New York City and we get to WrestleMania. So show was okay tonight. I enjoyed SmackDown a bit more than I enjoyed Raw, to be honest. So that's it. And next week, the road to WrestleMania continues.